All right, so let's talk a little bit about slope-intercept form. So slope-intercept form, like our song, is y equals mx plus b. Now remember the song says 0, comma b is the y-intercept, right? So here's the y-intercept, b is the y-intercept. And what that means is where the line crosses the y-axis. So y-intercept is where the line actually crosses the y-axis. M is the slope, that's part of our song, and M tells you the slope. Okay, so we know that we're just going to fill those in. If we know the slope and the y-intercept of a line, we can write an equation for it. So let's take a look at that. So here we have a line. We're going to count how far it went. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4. So our rise for this line is 4, and it went over 2. So the rise over run would be 4 over 2. And now again, this went positive 4 and positive 2. That's 4 over 2. Well, 4 divided by 2 is 2. Now what you might say is, some people say, but I counted the other way, right? I counted from this point to this point. That's fine, so let's count that way. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we went negative 4, right? Because we went down. That's negative in the y direction. And then we went 1, 2, and we went negative 2 because x negative would be that way. So that's negative 2. So we'd get negative 4 over negative 2. Oh, look, negative 4 divided by negative 2, still 2. So the slope of this line is 2. Now the intercept is where it crosses the y-axis. So here's the y-axis. Now let's count down and figure out where, if I'm driving on this road, at what point am I going to come to the intersection of the y-axis and this road? Well, 1, 2, 3. So this point right here is 0, negative 3, right? Because the x-coordinate is 0, the y-coordinate is negative 3. So B is negative 3. So how do I write that as an equation? Well, y equals m, which is 2, x plus b, which is negative 3. Now what we know about high school math is that instead of writing it plus negative 3, we're just going to write y equals 2x minus 3. Because plus and negative is same as minus. So there you go, that's the equation of that line. And we could look at this and say, yep, that's definitely a positive slope, so it should have a positive slope in our equation. All right, let's take a look at this one. If I count down, let's figure out the slope. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I went down 4, and again, down is negative, so I went down negative 4, and I went over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I went 5 in the positive direction for the run, so my slope is negative 4/5. And again, you could have counted this way if you wanted. From here, you could go positive 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would have been positive 4 and a negative 5. Well, 4 over negative 5 is still the same thing, okay? You know what the convention is to start on the left and count to the right, you know, just like reading a book. So that's a good habit to get into, but like I said, either way you're going to get to the same answer if you can just understand and conceptualize that, okay? So our slope is negative 4/5, and now let's see our intercept. We start at the origin and we count down 1, 2. So this line meets the axis at 0, negative 2. So B is negative 2. So our equation is going to be y equals m x plus b. So the equation for this one's y equals negative 4/5 x minus 2. Let's just take a look at a couple more. So here you go. Let's find our slope. Down 1 over 3, so that's a negative 1 and a positive 3. Negative 1 over 3. So that's our slope. And our intercept for this one, well, look, it crosses right here. Well, what's y equal to right there? Well, y equals 0 there. So the equation of this one would be y equals negative 1/3 x plus 0. Again, in math, if we have a 0 adding to, if we add a 0, we just don't even need it. So we just say y equals negative 1/3 x. All right, finally, let's take a look at this one. Our slope is 1, 2, 3, positive 3 over positive 3. 1, 2, 3. So our slope is 3 over 3. And we always simplify slope. You never leave it like this. So we're going to, well, 3 divided by 3 is 1. Y equals mx plus b, well, let's see, it crosses at 1, 2, 3, 4. So b equals 4. Okay, oh, that should be an x. Y equals mx plus b. Well, again, when we multiply 1 times x, in math, we know that that just means x, right? If you only have one x, it's just x. So that's x plus 4. And there is slope-intercept form.